Hi guys, this week we're talking about 4th grade elementary music lessons that were actually for the month of October. So I'm done with all of these, but if we're honest, they're like not October-y really at all, so it doesn't really matter too much. This week my 4th graders are working on meter. They're learning about time signatures and beats per measure and all of that fun stuff. So let's get into it. The first thing we do is they come in and we are doing the song Pizza Pizza Daddy-O. This song is absolutely hilarious. It is wonderful. And it's a call and response with the dance. So your feet go cross out together. And so I start with that and then I'll tell them, okay, now I'm gonna sing what goes with it. And it is pizza, pizza, daddy-o. And so we'll practice that a couple of times. So it's like pizza, pizza, daddy-o. I have a whole video about it, so I'll link that down below. And then after they get it, then we'll do the actual call and response. So this song goes, Miss Davis has a friend, pizza, pizza, daddy-o. How do I know it? Pizza, pizza, daddy-o. Because she told me, pizza, pizza, daddy-o. Let's clap it, clap it, clap it, daddy-o. Let's snap it, snap it, snap it, daddy-o. Let's end it, end it, end it, daddy-o. So whoever's at the front is the person whose name you put in there, and they also get to pick your 2 actions that you're going to do along with it. Now, a couple of little things. It's actually supposed to be so-and-so has a girlfriend, but I've always done friend because I'm like, I just don't want to encourage 4th graders to have girlfriends. And then secondly, or boyfriend, I don't know, I've always just said friend. And then secondly, I've done this song pretty much every year with 5th grade, 4th grade, sometimes 3rd grade, and I've never had a problem until this year with my kids being weird about the daddy-o part. And so the first class I was, we were just like, no, it's not a big deal, and everyone was like, oh, just stop being silly. And then after they got into it, they didn't worry about it. But then after that I was like, you know what, I just don't want to deal with it, honestly. And so I changed it to pizza, pizza, Domino's, and it fit perfectly. They don't know anything better, and it is just totally fine. So I've never had any kids being weird about that, but if you have that problem, then that is what you can do. After that, then we are starting with our measures. So I pull out this slideshow that I created that you can get on my TPT shop. I will link it down below. And it is comparing measures to pizzas. And so we talk about the time signature, how it tells how many beats. And then I'm like, great, we're in 4/4. So we have 4 beats in our measure, and it'll show like a whole pizza. And we say the whole pizza gets the whole measure, so it gets a whole 4 beats. And along with this, I gave them little like sheets where they could record all this stuff to kind of help them out. And so we go over whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, and 1/8 notes. And then after that, we are playing rhythm 4 corners. So I have the 4 different numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 around the room, and I throw up a rhythm on the board. And first I have them show me how many beats are on the board here, like 1 or 2 or 5 or however many, and I'll write down who's getting it right so that I can keep track of that and kind of see who's like understanding so far. And then we'll play it as a 4 corners game. So I'll put one up on the board and they have to go to the 4 corners where it is. And then I'll switch it to another one. And this is really fun because it gets them up and moving, and they think it's really fun and it's a great time. So there you go. Pizza rhythms. Day 1. Day 2, on Tuesday, they come in, we're doing pizza, pizza, daddy-o again. This time they get it down pretty well. And then after that, we're making some pizza measures together. Now, I will see if I can get this up in my TPT shop before this comes out, but no promises because there's a lot going on. So you can check the description, and if it is not there, then you can follow my shop, and then when it is there, you'll get notified. But basically, I created these little like pizza topping cards, and we're using the digital composition where the kids are telling me what time signature they want, and then we drag the different cards into the box to make different pizzas of different measures. So we'll do 2, 4, and 3, 4. So we'll do 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, whatever. And this is really great because we can talk through the process of figuring out what needs to go in the measure. So, we'll get our time signature, and then we'll put one thing in, we'll figure out how many beats that is, how many beats do we need left, does this fit, does that fit, and we can kind of talk through those things, which really helps the kids like see the train of thought and then understand how to do that themselves. Which is what they're gonna do. So then I printed out the cards as well, and I give everyone a little baggie with their little cards in it. And so I'll say to pull out your 2/4, make a 2/4 measure, and then we'll pull out a 3/4, do a 3/4 measure, we do a 4/4, and I'll write down who's doing it correctly. I'll have some of them share some of their measures And then after that, I'm like, great, this time, instead of your measures, you can put your time signature away. And I just want you to make ti 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 ta ta ta. And so they have to find the things to make ti 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 ta ta ta. And then after they get it, I'm like, great, does this sound familiar? Ti 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 ta ta ta. Ti 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 ta ta. And they're like, oh, it's that song. I'm like, yes, it's that song. And that song, by the way, is Vamos a la Mar. And so then we'll sing it. And so Vamos a la Mar we learned last time. And it goes, Vamos a la mar, tum tum, a comer pescado, tum tum, boca colorada, tum tum, fritito y asado, tum tum. And so then I'll have them pick up their stuff, which is kind of a hot mess, but you know, it's gotta be done. And then after that, we'll sing it a couple more times, and I'll go over the xylophone and I will play the tum tum part on C and on F. So it's, I think it's C first off the top of my head. I usually have slides, but I actually finished these last week, and so I deleted my slides and I did not get them back. So I like have everything, but it's like all spread apart and I'm not in the mood to go find it all. So bear with me. I'll see if I can pop some pictures up here on the screen. But we'll sing through it and I'll play. So it's like, Vamos a la mar, sí, sí, a comer pescado, F, F. Boca colorada, sí, sí, fritito y asado, F, F. And so I'll kind of walk them through that and, you know, talk about like how many bars did I play? Oh, great. And I'll put it on the screen and look, what do you think I played? And we'll sing it just like that with the letters in it. And then I will have them have half the kids go to the xylophones to play that tum tum part. And then the other half who are not on the tum tum part, I give them castanets and they just play the rhythm along with the song. And then we'll swap so that everyone gets a chance to play along with that. And that is Tuesday. On Wednesday, the kids come in and we are doing a song. It's a Ram Sam Sam, but with the words a Pizza Hut, a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and McDonald's, which I'm using specifically because I'm teaching it to them this week, because partially because pizza. And then in the future, we're gonna learn like the actual words that go along with it. But for now, we're doing the restaurants, and so we do a Pizza Hut, a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and McDonald's. And so we'll sing and it goes, a Pizza Hut, a Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut, McDonald's, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut. And we'll do this a couple times. I pulled this one out a lot, so most of them actually remembered it from like 2nd grade, which was kind of great. I was very impressed. And so we'll go over that a few times, and then we will sing it where they are leaving something out. So we'll audiate Kentucky Fried Chicken. So it'll be like a Pizza Hut, and a Pizza Hut. And so we'll do that kind of stuff, and we'll switch out which ones we take out. And it's a really good way to get them really, really thinking. And we always end with, don't say anything, think it all in your head and close your eyes. And I still have them do the actions because then I can see who's singing it in their head versus who's just like, because we'll end at the correct time, and I'll do it too so that I know when we end, because I'll sing it in my head too. After that, we are doing a couple things. So we're actually doing some little centers. So originally my plan was have some of the kids on the xylophone playing Vamos a la Mar. So I just printed out the rhythm with the letters underneath, and they're on the xylophone figuring it out. They know the song really, really well, so they, for the most part, were able to get it. Then some of the kids are working on pizza measures. So they're doing pretty much the same thing as yesterday, but today I added popsicle sticks so that they could make multiple measures. They just have to put a bar line. So they can do 2 4 and then do 2 beats, bar line, 2 beats, bar line, until they decide that they're done, and then they'll play it and then they'll make a new one. Some of the classes had more kids than I had xylophones, even for half of them. And so I added a 3rd station to some of them, and that 3rd station is the game Kaboom, which is one of my favorites. So Kaboom is a really fun game. I have them in my TPT shop, but basically the kids sit in a circle, they pull out a card that has a rhythm on it, they read off the card. If they get it right, they get to keep it. If they get it wrong, they put it back. And it's the next person's turn, next person's turn. If they get one that says Kaboom on it, they have to put all of their cards back, which then means the game can never end because eventually someone will get a kaboom and have to put their stuff back. So this is really great. It's really easy. And while they're doing this, I'm walking around, and I actually was able to get grades for all 3 things just from walking around, like listening to them read a rhythm and then watching them build their rhythms and then listening to them on the xylophones pretty quickly. Most of my 4th grades are actually pretty small, so it was pretty easy to like just go through it and just check as they are working, and then we'd switch and we were able to get everything done. I didn't have a single rotation where we had 5 days in a week, so we did not need Thursday lessons at all. But on Friday, the kids come in, we do Pizza Hut again, and then this time we're doing it as a round for, I think the first time is for 4th grade doing a round. Now we do rounds in choir every week, so my kids who are in choir, like, we're a little bit ahead of it, which helps because they can kind of, you know, like spearhead that. But we do it as a round, so it's like a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut. And I love, by the way, doing rounds with things that have actions because it's much easier to see, and the kids can look at the other kids in their group and be like, okay, they're on Pizza Hut, I should be on Pizza Hut, and that kind of helps as well. And so we do that. Usually the first time it's a hot mess, but usually the second or third time they'll get it kind of figured out, and then I'll have them switch so that they both get to try the first part and the second part. After that, we make some different pizzas again, and then we pull out the drums, and we are playing the drums actually. Oh, sorry. And I introduced the song Old Brass Wagon, which goes, circle to the left, old brass wagon, circle to the left, old brass wagon, circle to the left, old brass wagon, you're the one, my darling. And so we practice drumming that, and then I have the kids come up with some pizza measures. So I'll tell them to make me a pizza, and they get to tell me what toppings are on the pizza. So they'll say, like, you know, pepperoni, 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 sausage, and then we'll all echo that back. And then we do body conducting. That's what we call it. I got this from my mentor teacher. I don't know where she got it, so if you know, let me know down below. But basically what you do is I'll go up to the front. I'm like, great, every time I take a step, you're gonna make a sound on your drum. So it'll be like bum, 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 and then I'll change the tempo and get faster and slower and go forward and backwards and all sorts of different stuff. And you can get really, really fancy and like do all sorts of things, but usually I'll just go like really, really fast and then slow. And you can also do like where you get big and they get loud, and then you get small and they get quiet. And I'll do that for a little bit, and then I'll have someone else come up and do it, and it is so much fun. Some of the kids will like dance while they're up there, and it like really helps, you know, those kids who just like need a little bit of extra attention. It's a great way for them to get lots of attention because all the eyes are on them and they get to control everything, and it is a super fun and easy way for them to practice following a conductor, and also for them to practice not really conducting, but, you know, leading their peers. And it's a lot of fun, and it's really simple. So I highly recommend that you try that, and you can do it with pretty much any grade level. After that, the kids are doing their game time if they earn some points, and then I have a really quick exit ticket that just has a time signature, a bunch of rhythms, and the kids have to add in the bar lines where they go, and that tells me who knows what we're doing and who needs a little bit more help next time, when we will still be working on them, which is actually what I'm doing. Actually, fun fact, I accidentally recorded the next set of lessons, and then I got to the end and I was like, I forgot to record the last set of lessons. So then I had to go back and do this one, but at least next time is already done. And hopefully I have time to do the 5th grade one before my husband leaves. So I am gonna go so I can get started on your next video. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.